What's going on YouTube? My name is Michael Mitchell, aka Dollar Mike, back at it again with another video. And let's not talk about the current climate of the world right now because honestly, it's a lot to take in, it's a lot to deal with. We'll talk about that in another video. I already talked about it enough, but let's actually turn our attention to this great budgeting tool I found online that will really help you guys either pay off your debt faster, just understand how much debt you have and how long you have till you pay it off, anything like that, all that. So it's basically a super debt calculator. It's perfect. It does everything for you. All you have to do is put in the information, but I'm not going to get into it that deep. I'm going to actually show you that deep. So let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, so I'm back. This is Laptop Dollar Mike here. Obviously I'm on my laptop and I'm going to pull up what I'm talking about and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about essentially. So let's just open up Excel because that's where it's from, and I have the links in the description. It'll be the first link in the description most likely, so yeah, but it'll be labeled. Regardless, let's open up Excel. So this is actually what I was talking about. So let's make it a little larger for you guys. Sorry, I'm working with a trackpad, not a mouse. I do need to get a mouse for my laptop, but you know, hey, it is what it is. Regardless, here we go. So this is a debt reduction calculator, and as you can see here, it's already some stuff plugged in for us. We're not really going to pay attention to anything on the bottom right here, at least just yet. So nothing down here so far just yet. We're going to focus on the top. So up top you can see the balance date. This doesn't really matter, and basically what this is, what I was saying before, what this is that it allows you to plug in your debt and then calculate and see how long it would take you to pay it off. So right here we can see for the example that's already set up for us when I opened it up. This person has, looks like, one credit card, 2 car loans, another credit card, and a student loan. And you can see the balance that they still owe on each of those things right there. And you can also see the interest rate of those things right there. So they got 13% on the credit card, 9% on the car loan, and so on and so forth. The next column is the payment, which is how much they would be paying monthly on this thing in particular. So those are all right here. So you can see right here on their credit card number 2, they're going to be paying $110 a month. And then we're not really going to focus on this aisle right here. It's not really that important for the moment. So, and we can also, if we go all the way down to the bottom, you see this is the balance, obviously what they owe. You can see that here's their total balance. So that's all of them added together. And here is their payment balance, so what they want to pay each month, which the total right there is $270. So you can see here, and that's $270. So right here where it says monthly payment, this is what they actually decide to pay a month. So they're paying $500 a month towards all of this, not $270. That's just what the payments total to. That's what they want to pay, but they're actually dropping $500. So let's change this to $270. Let's just take $500 out, put $270 in. Do that, enter, and boom. So you can see the initial, it says initial snowball $0, and it says right here too low. So essentially you can pay for all these with $270, but as you can see all the way down at the bottom, we're not going to pay attention right here, but this is important, but all the way down at the bottom you can see right here, total right here is $26,500 for all the loans. All the way down here at the bottom, total interest paid, you're going to end up paying $40,000 in interest, and they wouldn't be debt free just from these 5 things right here. They wouldn't be debt free until July of 2040. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in 2020 right now. That is a long time for this little bit of debt. Yes, this is not that much debt when you think about what you're actually paying for, and you can see all these different things. This is not a lot of debt. I've know people that's over $100,000 in debt. That is a lot of debt. This is not a lot of debt. It can be controlled, and it can be controlled a lot faster than that. It just comes down to budgeting, which I have a video about, and I'll probably make more videos about in the future. So obviously $270 a month just paying for this isn't going to work. That's why they had it set to $500. So if we change this to $500 a month, boom, you can see the initial snowball changes to $230. And you can see that's a lot less interest paid. That's a lot less. It's only $10,000 in interest instead of $40,000 in interest, which it was before. So for example, if a product costs $500, you use your credit card and you have to pay interest on it. All that interest, it just goes to whoever your creditor is. So it goes to the bank, it goes to whoever. But the product only costs $500. It doesn't cost any more than $500, but you're paying more than $500 if you're using interest to pay for it. But either way, $500 a month for all this we can bring that from 2040 all the way down to 2026 just for paying $500 a month. Now you may say, Mike, I don't have $500 a month, and that's perfectly fine. First of all, this is just an example. I don't know what your debt is. It doesn't really matter. All it matters is as long as you budget it right. But if you put all your debt, all I'm saying is if you put all your debt in this calculator right here, you can get a good idea of what you want to pay for first, what you should pay for last, and you can do all types of things like that. So for instance, the snowball method, you see it where it says strategy right here? The snowball method is a strategy. So it says lowest balance first. So that means you're going to pay the lowest balance first, which is, let's go up here. The lowest balance here is the auto loan, and that is $3,200 at a 9% interest rate, and they're paying $30 a month for it, which I would say is pretty low, but yeah, $30 a month for that. So you can change the strategy. Most people, I personally recommend the avalanche method because you're paying off the highest interest first. As you can see, when you change it to the avalanche strategy, if you go down here to the bottom again and check, you can see total interest paid also drop from $10,000 to $8,000, and it'll also be paid off faster. It'll be paid off about a year faster, from going from July 2026 to August 2025. So personally, I like paying for the highest interest first. That's just me. That's how I kind of pay for my bills and whatnot. But if you want immediate results, if you want to see that you're actually making the payments, you're doing all this stuff on time, you're doing it right, then you might want to go to the snowball method, because with the snowball method, you'll know real quick that you're paying down your debt fast because it's the lowest one. You'll see it's getting paid off, and that'll give you even more encouragement to pay more debt off. But personally, like I said before, the avalanche method is my favorite method, so I will go with that. But obviously, but this is super simple. So I'm actually just gonna probably cut and come back. I'm gonna plug in my student loans, because my student loans are broken up into like 5 or 6 different loans, and that's it equals up to about $32,000. So I'm gonna plug in my student loans and see what we get real quick. But right before I do that, I'm actually just gonna change the monthly payment. So once again, the monthly payment is completely up to you. You can pay that $270, but if this example here, they pay that $270, like I said before, just $270 a month would take them all the way down to 2040 to pay all this off. And this is assuming they don't have any other debt throughout the next 20 years, essentially. So let's change it back to 270 real quick, and we can see that July 2040. That is ridiculous, especially for, like I said, this little bit of debt. It should not take 20 years to pay for it. So let's plug in my actual student loans, and we can see what we're talking about. All right, and we are back, and as you can see, I plugged in my student loan information. I got it all right here, so let's break it down real quick. So my loan is broken down into 6 different loans. This is my student loan. I talked about this in a different video, and right now it says I owe about $33,000. So not terrible. I mean, like I said, I know people with plenty more debt, but hey, I don't want to owe that much debt in the first place, but it is what it is. I got a degree out of it. I'm making good money now, so it is what it is, whatever. So that's how much debt I have just right now in student loans. That's it. So as you can see, like I said before, it's broken down to 6 different loans, which sucks in itself, but whatever. It is what it is. I have one for $4,300, $6,500, so on and so forth. And here is the interest rate for all of those different loans. And that's about it. I do not pay on these loans separately. I pay on them as like one lump sum of money. Therefore, I did not put anything in the payment section here. If I did pay on them, for instance, on this loan in particular, I put, let's say $40 a month on it, then I'll put $40 right here. Oops. Oh, well, can't change that because it would kind of mess everything up. But I would put $40 in that. Oh, there we go. $40 in that first slot. But it's going to kind of mess the numbers up because that's not what I do. So I essentially pay my student loans. I essentially pay $250 every 2 weeks, or every time I get paid. So that equals up to $500 a month. And that's that. So same thing applies here. It's just not broken down into car loans, student loans, house loans, all that kind of stuff. It's just one thing, but you can put all your loans in right here. I can do the same thing. I put all my loans in right here, but I don't pay them that way. Regardless, if you do the snowball method, like I said before, the snowball method is the lowest balance first. So in that case, I would put this money towards this balance first, which is not the case. I do not do that. I put it towards the highest balance, which is this one, or the highest rate, which is this one. But snowball method, if I put $500 a month towards this one first and then pay them off individually after, then I will be paid off by February 2026, which isn't bad. I should be close to 30, or if not 30, I think somewhere around that time. I'm not entirely sure. That's no, actually no. I should be like 27, 28. I don't really know. I don't know. Whatever. I'll be close to something. Regardless, I think that's a pretty good time. I don't want to be paying for this for 20 years. And it's only 6 years from now, so that's not bad. And that's only $4,700 in interest paid. But again, I do not use the snowball method. I use the avalanche method because I pay for the highest interest first because I hate interest, as you should as well. So interest 4.8. So I'm paying on this one first, that $500 a month that's going to this one first. So if that's the case, this is what it's going to be. I'll end up paying $4,000 for essentially $4,000 in interest, and it'll be paid for by January 2026, which I think is a great time. It's just 1 month being saved versus the snowball method. But then again, all this changes depending on your interest rates, your loans, how much you're paying on monthly, how much you're paying on one of these. It all really depends. So really, once you get this calculator, once again, link down in the description. It's free. You can download it, and that's pretty much it. Once you get this calculator, just plug your balances in, plug your interest rates in, plug in how much you're going to pay each month. If not, just plug in how much you're going to pay total that month. And there you go. That's pretty much it. That's literally how it is. If you have any questions, just simply let me know. I try to make it as simple as possible, but that's kind of it. I don't really know how else I can change that. So yeah, like I said before, put in your balances. If you only have one balance, that means you only put in one. But I'm pretty sure you have more than just one type of debt. Maybe you just only have one. I really don't know. So plug that in, plug in your interest rates. Super simple. If you don't know what your interest rate is, you can pretty much find it on like one of your bank statements, or if you have like an app for your that you pay for your stuff, the interest rate should be somewhere on there. If not, just call your credit provider. They can definitely get you your interest rate, and you can possibly get it lowered. So that works out too, So plug those two things in, plug in your payment. If you have one separate monthly, or if you just have one lump sum payment monthly like I do, and just put it right there. And that's literally it. And then you can just mess with the numbers and see, like snowball, avalanche. Just choose between those two for real and see how long it takes to pay off. And you can see even down here how much interest you're going to pay on each one of those, as well as the months to pay those off. So if I use the snowball on loan 6, it would take me 7 months to pay off, and that is May 2020. It's that simple, guys. Make sure you take advantage of these free resources online because I'm using them, so why not let you guys know as well. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions about anything, just let me know in the comment section down below. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm out. Dollar Mike. Peace.